Hello everyone and welcome back. I'm Rory, and today we're doing our first ever Let's Build. Today we're going to be working on this string of islands to create a castle. After clearing out a few trees, I set straight into work by mapping out with wool whereabouts I would be placing what. Blue wool for the towers and pink for the walls. Now, as you can see, this square turret was slightly weird because it has another smaller square just on the corner to kind of offset the structure a bit. Now I built up the circular drum turret just at the bottom. Nothing fancy just yet. And then I came over and started turning all the remaining wool into stone brick that I could start to work with. And after that, I started mapping out stilts for this square turret to sit on. After that, I started work on the walls, trying to get a nice design, such as the one that I eventually created with the arches. Then I put more work into crenellating the walls with stone brick and sandstone buttresses. Now I put the walls in one block behind the stone brick frame, especially so I could do this effectively, because it means that you can have things just jutting off of the frame, but you don't have to actually replace any blocks, and you won't end up with holes in your walls. Then I built up the second story of our square tower and started on this window design of stone brick stairs, stone slabs, wood logs, and some more stone brick stairs. Then I had this peaked window arch effect out of sandstone on the 3 wide windows. Again, building up here and expanding a layer out. Now, the reason I expanded was so that I could have windows a little bit further out, which I thought would look a little bit cooler. So as you can see, with the smaller square just off the side of the main turret, we stopped building just there and kind of finished it off, so it's a bit of a platform. And again, we repeated the stone brick window ledge effect to cap them off, and then came to the roof. Now, it's quite a hard roof design to create because, as you can see, it was a bit of a skewiff T-shape, and most builders, and I myself count as one of them, prefer to have quite a lot of symmetry in what they do. Like, odd shapes have their place, but with roofs it's kind of hard to get to grips. But in the end, I finished off the roof and created this small window design, which I thought, after a few tries, became effective, using some cobblestone walls and some sandstone as a canopy. Then we came round to this higher wall, or should I say lower wall, which just came out of our square turret. So again, I repeated the arch effect, and then did so again up on top but raising the middle one slightly just for a bit of differentiation. I had that small corner design, as it wasn't quite big enough to make an arch. 2 blocks short, in fact. And then I started work around the other side and around the back into where our courtyard will be. Now we start work on this small gate-like area, which leads into our courtyard / garden. Now I flattened it out slightly, took off the top layer, and then added in some sandstone where it needed to go, just to fill in the gaps a little. As you can see, we added a little pond and a birch tree, which in the end I think had a rather nice effect, coupled with the flowers. Then we came round once again to our drum turret, and as you can see now the double layering effect really comes into play, because it means that I can carve into the tower and add lots of detail, which I started doing here with some logs and some sandstone steps. And then I came down to the beneath ground level part of the drum tower and created this small design and then zigzagged it just underneath. Now I decided to expand the tower out by 1 block for the top layer. So I finished off walling it and then filled in the floor. Then I got to work constructing the remaining walls and the roof. Again, we see a similar window style, however this one is also incorporated into the roof, because I ended up having a kind of a 2 roof effect, 2 peaked roofs running perpendicular and bisecting each other to get a nice cross in the middle and, as I said earlier, a symmetrical roof, which for me is always satisfying. Then I just capped it off with those stone brick slabs, but the corner ones I changed my mind on and just created a little sandstone slab peak. So as you can see, as we fly through the courtyard, our lavish walls, our lavish towers. Job well done, I'd say.